The Category 5 Hurricane Milton is expected to double its wind field by the time it makes landfall in the U.S. late Wednesday or early Thursday, with up to 15 feet (4.5 meters) of storm surge along a low-lying stretch of the Florida coast that includes the cities of Tampa, St. Petersburg and Sarasota. Currently classified as a Category 4 storm, Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall late tonight, with foreign media forecasting a possible impact between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. tomorrow. The National Hurricane Center has issued urgent warnings, advising residents to complete preparations to protect life and property, including evacuations, by this morning. As conditions are expected to deteriorate this afternoon, authorities are emphasizing the importance of taking immediate action. Storm surge warnings are in effect for nearly the entire western coast of Florida, with extensive storm warnings extending across much of the state, including the East Coast. Areas along the coastline between Tampa and Fort Myers could experience inundation of up to 15 feet, raising serious concerns for residents and local infrastructure. Emergency services are on high alert, and shelters are being activated to assist those in need. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced that extra personnel from the National Guard, Florida Highway Patrol, and Florida Fish and Wildlife have been mobilized in preparation for Hurricane Milton. Hundreds of search and rescue personnel are ready to initiate immediate operations once the storm passes. While DeSantis acknowledged the potential impact of the Category 4 hurricane, he emphasized that residents still have time to make decisions to protect themselves and their families. He also reassured the public that there is a massive amount of space at the shelters, and that the roads are currently flowing, encouraging residents to seek safety as needed. Deanne Criswell, the director of FEMA, said at a news conference that she would travel to Florida on Wednesday, and would send more agency personnel to the state. Authorities have issued mandatory evacuation orders across 11 Florida counties with a combined population of about 5.9 million people and said anyone choosing to stay behind must fend for themselves. Before Helene hit, residents staying behind were encouraged to write their name and social security numbers on their bodies for easier post-mortem identification. The area was also hit by Hurricane Helene 2 weeks ago, raising concerns that discarded furniture, appliances and debris from that storm will become projectiles in this next one. For the last 2 days, 8,000 Tampa police officers have been working on getting people out from the mandatory evacuation zones, the city's police chief said. They are still finding a few people who do not want to move though, and officers have been going door to door to try and persuade them. We were trying to explain to them that the water is going to be up to the ceiling in their house, Burka says. Kara Doran, a U.S. Geological Survey scientist, said the risk of permanent change to the coastline cannot be overstated, as I believe communities are more vulnerable to this storm's impacts due to the erosion that occurred recently from Helene. Residents trying to leave have been faced with gas shortages and gridlocked roads. Meteorologists are warning Hurricane Milton could also bring several tornadoes from scattered thunderstorms that may be triggered across central and southern Florida. Disaster management authorities have issued a list and map of the evacuation orders. Several large shelters have also been prepared as a last resort for those stranded. Airports in Milton's expected path have announced closures, and queues of traffic have been observed as people start to leave their homes.